Every night at exactly 7:07 p.m., she appears, carrying a white cat with eyes that seem to pierce through time. No one knows where she lives. No one knows her name. But everyone who's seen her says the same thing. Don't look too long. Because if the cat stares back, your story will change forever. Subscribe for more haunting mysteries that blur the line between reality and legend. They say every city hides a secret. Some are buried under cobblestone roads, others whispered through back alley pubs. But in this city, a place older than its own history, there's a woman. A woman with a white cat that never blinks. Every evening, precisely at 7:07 p.m., she walks through the alley behind St. Varro's Chapel. No one knows where she comes from. No one sees her arrive. She just appears. Her name is unknown, but the locals call her La Dama del Gio, the Lady of the Cat. Lucia, if she ever had a name, never speaks. She strolls in silence, her heels clicking softly against the damp bricks. Her pale face is framed by dark vintage curls, and in her arms she carries a white cat with long, silky fur and eyes that seem too human, too knowing, eyes that never blink. Some say the cat is the one truly alive, that Lucia is only a vessel. Others say the cat shows you things, visions, if you meet its gaze for too long. Enter Jasper, a travel vlogger from London who made a name for himself debunking ghost stories across Europe. He arrived in the city chasing views, thinking this was just another local myth. A mysterious woman, a cat, an alley? Easy content. But what he captured on his camera didn't match what he saw with his eyes. His first encounter was uneventful until he reviewed his footage that night. On camera, Lucia paused and turned directly to face the lens. Her lips moved, barely. The cat raised its head and looked straight into the viewer. In real life, none of that happened. The next night, he returned. This time, he tried to speak to her. She didn't stop walking, but the alley, it grew longer, somehow darker and colder. The people around disappeared, and the air, it buzzed like static on old television. Jasper followed. He said later, before he stopped talking entirely, that the alley turned into something else. Not a street, but a corridor of memories, his own. He saw childhood events he'd forgotten, fears he never told anyone about. And in every memory, in the corner, the cat watched. Lucia stood at the end, arms crossed, eyes hollow. When she finally spoke, it wasn't a voice. It was a feeling, a message injected into his thoughts. You came for truth, but truth is the price. Then the cat blinked. Once. Jasper screamed, fell. The camera cut to static. He was found the next morning on the chapel steps, shivering, barefoot, eyes wide open. He couldn't speak, couldn't write. But every night since, he sketches the same image on the hospital wall. A woman in black holding a cat with glowing eyes. The footage he captured was uploaded by a stranger. It has no metadata. It cannot be copied. Every attempt to download it ends in corruption. Yet it plays fine on one device, Jasper's camera. So what is she? Some say she's a guardian of memories. Others, a reaper of secrets. But one thing's certain, she waits. For those curious enough, brave enough, or foolish enough. Just remember, don't stare at the cat too long. It always stares back.